Yeah, me know. This is Kia Bamba, so we run the whole of Switzerland and the whole of Europe, and we run the whole of etc, etc. You don't know, devil shaman says something, I back them to the max. And it's like some idiot someone want to stop them from get a piece of the pie. Well, I'm told disrespect, could go and die. Yeah, me know. Kia Bamba, them up dubs, we play fast, I play slow, them up flows. Like nobody knows, them kill soul, a sound clash and dance hall, and mash up stage shows, but some guys don't recognize.
Welcome to Only Friends on a Power Day, your one-stop spot for all things snow, mountain and travel. Get all you need to know about epic destinations, inspiring stories from local legends all around the globe, as well as creators, entrepreneurs, and more. We are here to talk about what's hot, what's incoming, and what's changing the game. So come along for the ride, froth out, and let's bloody have fun doing it. Today, I have two of the best core lords and legends and very close friends, Josh Fawcett and Alex Koens, aka Sassy. You boys, as I've said, pretty much embody what Only Friends on a Power Day is all about. You guys live and breathe shredding power, and we're good mates. I guess, you know, we kind of all work together and vibed out together, and I'd come up to Niseko at the end of the season, and that generally meant a sneaky whiskey, beer, maybe a joint or two here or there, and bloody good times. And yeah, I'm stoked to talk to you guys because, as I said, you really embody what I'm trying to talk about here, which is core lords who love and live and breathe what they do. So thank you, legends, for jumping in. Enjoy your Sapporo Classic, your beautiful Hokkaido
Get the digital
beer.
Kampai.
Kampai, I got a whiskey. So lads, whoever wants to go first, let's start off with, you know, a bit of your history, how you got into skiing and why you ended up in Niseko. Who wants to go first?
Actually heard Alex started skiing.
So let's hear from the Sass Monster, aka Alex Koens, the Canadian
I mean, my parents
Sass
both ski once.
Monster, the Beast. Go on, Sassy. Tell us how a Canadian man ended up in Niseko.
I mean, I was raised on the east coast of Canada, so little hills like Hokkaido. I lucked out. My parents are both ski bums. They lived in the west coast after university for quite a few years until they had kids. And so as soon as we were born, we were just put into skis. I grew up skiing my whole life. Very, very fortunate. Then when I turned 20, I moved to New Zealand, to Christchurch after the earthquake. I'm down to Queenstown on a ski trip. Lost my hat out drinking. Went into a snowboard workshop of all places. Tipped a box of hats over and turned around and Tori and Tom were standing behind the counter. Lucked out talking to them. After about half an hour, Tom offered me a job in Japan. To be honest, I thought it was a joke. So I went skiing. Halfway through the day, I called Tom. Just said, what do I got to do? And he said, I'll fly home, get a visa, and then come out to Japan. So I flew home, 20 years old, on my visa, and came to Japan at 21. Been here 10 years.
I guess to give some more insight to that, Alex is the workshop manager at Rhythm Japan, and Tom was the previous workshop manager and absolute tuning lord. And Tom, another really good friend of mine, someone who I hold very dear to my heart. Yeah, it's awesome to hear that, Sassy. Like, yeah, and you know, you became such a great tuner, and you are a great tuner because of someone like that's guidance. So kind of what happened next? You did the season, your first season in Niseko, and
yeah, came here, started from the bottom, just waxing skis, fell from the bottom. Now we basically became one of like the better mounters, I would say, that season at the shop. So basically was placed on the mount bench all winter and scrape bench in the evenings and worked till 2:30, fun every day, drinking beers and having a laugh in there. And it was a very small shop back then. Yeah, I got to learn everything pretty quickly from Tom, and he was a good boss. He was definitely taught you the way it was meant to be done. And in a timely fashion, but still had a good time. And from there, moved on the next year, did the same thing. And then Tom invited me to go down to New Zealand so I could hone some skills. and basically come back to Niseko with the skills necessary to do the supervisor's job in the workshop here. So I went down to New Zealand, learned how to P-Tex everything, and became a much better tuner through that. Came back up here
Yes,
as
there's
supervisor.
a lot of P-Texing to do in New Zealand, considering the terrain, right?
Couple sharks here and there in New Zealand, you know, and I came back up here with Tom still and worked until COVID. And then unfortunately for some people, COVID happened. For us, I'd say it'll probably be the best 2 years of powder skiing life in our lifetime.
100%.
Yeah. We'll talk about that later, I'm sure.
I miss COVID.
Yeah, I miss COVID. After that, Tom didn't come back, unfortunately. It's too bad, but we miss him, and he'll be back here to shred lots, I'm sure. So I took the manager's role looking after Toronto, Hakuba, and Niseko that year as we expanded into Toronto, and I've done that for 3 years now. So now I'm just looking after the 3 workshops in all of our locations, doing machine tuning, maintaining the rental fleet, mounting about 3,000 skis at the start of every winter, and basically showing people how it's done and what it means to be like a ski tuner and shredding during the day.
Yeah, definitely someone who leads by example, Sass Monster. Yeah, as I alluded to, a lot of people don't really understand how you do what you do, and you're a special guy. I mean that in the best way, as in, like, you work so hard, you inspire your team, you crush it, and somehow manage to ski pretty much every day. And that's generally hiking, because you boys are, making sure you're getting fresh tracks. So yeah, I think, as I said, that's pretty inspiring for anyone who loves snow. If you want to learn how to tune and you want to, like, learn from the best, Alex is your guy. I think you also ended up working in New Zealand under Tom for a while, and then
you gotta cool enough on the positives. Keep him humble.
This guy doesn't even break trail when we go out.
Come on, keep him humble.
Sassy's always breaking trail, no doubt.
Sassy's my trail maker. I'm just chilling in the back. Just like, go bro. You did a good job.
He's sipping whiskey and breaking trail while probably having a cheeky joint or something.
Alex is the definition of no pain, no gain.
So we'll get into you more soon, Sassy. Josh, you're a geezer, a pommy. Tell us how a pom ended up in Niseko. I know that the first season you were there, I'd just kind of gone down to Hakuba and just missed you, but you had a reputation of being the best ski salesman in the shop. Took my mantra, took my spot. Tell us how and why you ended up in Niseko and why you haven't left.
Start of it all, like, I guess I went on a ski holiday with my family when I was really young, like 6 or 7, for like super froth bit, and was driving around I'm from a place called Stoke-on-Trent in England. Stoke to be from Stoke. Driving around, there was like this kind of artificial slope in the hillside there. The plastic slope is Dendex, like metal squares with toothbrushes coming up.
You've been back at the dry slope recently as well?
Have I been back to the dry slope?
Yeah, I saw a video.
Maybe it was a
repost. You're living your old dry
I haven't
slope days.
Plastic, and since I've been in Japan, I've been graced with good snow, and I don't have to ski on plastic anymore. But that was the start of my kind of ski adventure, is the plastic dry slopes, and
So you were kind of a rail park dude to start with, right?
Yeah, like I would just pretty much sit just sliding down we call it the gas pipe, the P-Tex tubes or whatever, and yeah, just every day just skiing rails. I mean, I did all right. Like, I got a few sponsors.
Yeah, you're sponsored by Armada, right?
Yeah, like, I think it was Salomon and Oakley originally, but then I'm just shredding rails and doing jumps and stuff. I was a freestyle kid, so the powder world wasn't even in my sphere of thought. So if I went to a ski resort, I'd just ski straight to the park. I would never ski trees or ride pow.
Criminal.
I was on a trip with our mom, Stefan, and he told me about what was going on in Niseko with rhythm, etc., etc. And I had a really weird ski crash on the indoor slopes, and I bust my knee. I was like, damn, my knee's burst. I think every skier at some point is gonna have a bad knee, right? I was like, I want to go
Yeah, you've
ski.
had a lot of knee troubles, haven't you, over the years, mate? You've had a lot of knee troubles over the year, really, haven't
Yeah,
over the years, yeah.
I broke a few bones in my lifetime for sure. I'm half metal at this point. Yeah, I got Doily told me about Rhythm Niseko, and I was kind of, yeah, I just wanted to go ski some soft pow while my knee recovered. Came here, and the crew that we were in the store, I just kind of fell in love with the atmosphere and the vibe of just ski hard in the day, work hard in the night, and yeah.
Yeah, and I guess we should touch on that. Like, you know, we all have worked for Rhythm Japan, and I think it's worth mentioning that, you know, Rhythm Japan is a awesome company to work for, and it kind of really fosters and gives opportunity to legends like yourselves who live and breathe shredding, especially POW in Japan, and they've built a business where people like us, and especially you boys, can, you know, live a year-round life in a place that's going to give you the best snow in the world. And I think that there's something to be said about how awesome that is. So Rhythm Japan, you know, you've looked after and care about and really want to look after core lords who love skiing and snowboarding, and those humans, because they love it, are going to give your customers the best service. And I think, you know, that's epic. And that's why I worked for Rhythm for Japan for over 12 years. And what, you guys are probably approaching 10 years yourselves now. And, you know, there's nowhere better to work in Niseko or Hakuba. I'm sure you guys will agree, because they, you know, genuinely want to look after core lords. Like, yeah.
Like even Big Boss Matt, he shreds so hard. It's so fun going out with him, and
He's passionate.
go out with anybody that I work with and probably have a good shred time. Like it's just the whole company is just a community of shredders, and it's what is dragging me into it.
Yeah, we've kind of had this community of people who are super passionate and just don't want to say no to snow.
Pretty hard to say no when you look outside at 10 o'clock at night and there's 30 centimeters on the ground.
Yeah, and why would you not want to live your best life and shred in one of the most amazing places in the world and call it home? And I think, you know, you boys are, as I said, what embodies that, and what, you know, so many young kids might look up to and go like, maybe one day I can do this, and facilitated the opportunity by continually building for us all to have opportunities, which, you know, Josh, I guess now you're, you know, running a boot department. You want to tell us a
So
bit about that
I
before we get
started off with
into
like
the
the
SAS
base
Monsters
base level
bloody
ski rental
workshop?
and fitting all the boots and the skis.
Sick. So Sassy, how's the workshop going for you, mate? I know that you obviously work a lot with bikes over summer, which is your kind of year-round kind of gig now. But yeah, how's the busiest workshop in Niseko treating you? And I guess one thing that's not really understood is, because the snow is cold and quite fickle at times, you need to be a really good tuner there, and, you know, think about your temperatures and be quite technical where you can get away with it in other locations.
Yeah, I mean,
He just wins it. How'd you do it, bro? How'd you do it?
I had magic glass again. I mean, I guess like a big thing to note is just like the people that we hire in the workshop, like they ride a lot. And because of that, they test a lot of the waxes that we use. So like most weeks we will always have some insight on like what's running good and what's not. We've got like a very deep recipe book that we've had for over 10 years, so longer than I've worked at Rhythm. It's always been changing, and we constantly change what we're doing depending on the variables at hand. But for the most part, I guess the one thing to know is like we are now, I would say, one of the busiest places I've ever worked. We're returning between 800 and 1,200 skis a day and getting them back on the shelves ready for the next day to ski. When you walk into that workshop at night, it's like walking into McDonald's on a busy morning at breakfast. No one moves very far anymore. The stations are very set. It's very clean and organized and in a fashion that works quite well. So the skis actually move pretty seamlessly through the shop finally. I mean, this has taken years, and we've had it always in small shops. Like, it's quite easy to make work, especially when Pizza was here and the other shop we were in. But now that we've moved it into this really large scale, we've had to really focus in on the areas and what each area requires to do the job it needs to do to move that ski to the next spot. Now that we dialed that in, the shop moves amazingly well. So
Yeah.
it's
And,
super.
and that's what I mean, like, especially in Niseko, more so than any other location in the world because of the temperature and the snow. If your skis aren't waxed or tuned well, the performance is really noticeable. So you really have to make sure that you're providing quality. And I think that's something that Rhythm and yourself and Tom has been phenomenal at. You know, even working down in Hakuba, I noticed that the quality wasn't as high as it was in Niseko. And they're allowed to get away with it a little bit more because of the temperature and whatnot. But you boys up there are pretty much the pinnacle of tuning and the hardest working workshop dudes that come across the planet. So you should be really proud of that.
It's all good and well getting a good tune from a good person, but I remember Alex was having a feud with one of our friends a couple of years ago. He got sellotape and put it across all of his edges, across his skis, but like cut it perfectly so you couldn't see the sellotape. It was literally just covering the metal edge. And the guy went out and he came back and said, I can't ski. What's going on? Like, he's just like no edge control, just slipping around. And Alex had done it so perfectly. You couldn't see the sellotape on the edges. If you ever want to play a prank on someone, it's a great way to do it.
Just gave it away.
Sellotape, Sassy, you
I remember the guy finding out and he got your ski boots and he started waxing skis into Alex's ski boots. Like boots were just full of wax.
good
Don't
move.
piss him
I hope
off.
the guy was a jerk. So that's fucking hilarious. But Josh, couldn't help yourself. Josh, I guess, yeah, tell us a little bit before we start getting into the good stuff and touring and Hokkaido and what you guys love most. You know, tell us a little bit maybe more about yourself and how the boot game's going for you. You know, as I said, you started off as a rental guy, much like myself, who was really good at selling shit and then kind of moved into looking after the boot area of Rhythm. Like, how's that all going?
Historically, we were always kind of good friends with another boot shop, and we had, if anyone knows, the Rhythm went through a bit of a change up in the last 5 years, and we've kind of joined forces with the Mega House Evo. So we kind of separate from a few of those partnerships. So the opportunity to make our own boot program, I kind of just raised my hand straight away. I was like, hey, I'd love to take over.
Yeah, and I guess you probably did that because deep down you're a fucking gear nerd, aren't you?
Yeah, I love it. I'm all
Yeah. You're a new schoolers guy, frothing out. Like, I guess when I was still working in Hakuba, if I wanted to get some advice about gear or what was coming, if it wasn't workshop, I'd go to Josh because I knew that you know. So, you know, Sassy was my world of knowledge on workshop, and you were kind of my word of knowledge on everything that was happening fresh and what was coming out. Like, you just froth it, right?
Yeah, maybe I get too frothy. Maybe I just jump on the band train sometimes and be like, yo, this is gonna be sick. And it's not gonna be sick. But I
That's a
like to
good thing. Froth is good. That's why you're doing what you do.
Thing on the pulse is good. I'm just secretly a massive geek. Like I do loads of extreme sports, but I'm a geek at heart. So I just researching things and finding out what's happening is definitely quite fun. It's another element. So like I think it's why a lot of us choose to work inside the shop instead of work. Like Alex could easily be a professional guide. I could easily be instructor on the slopes, but like being inside and dealing with the gear just feels a bit nicer. It keeps the skiing separate. So when I'm skiing, it's that. So
Yeah.
just
I
finding a
think
way
that's a
to
very touchy subject. Like a lot of people think that, it's better to be out on the snow and do your thing like on the mountain. But like as a ski shop guy, like you guys, like I want to ski for me. And if I'm skiing, I don't want to be like looking after someone else or doing that. Sorry, ski instructors. I'm very sorry, but that's obviously what a ski shop guy is going to say. And I think you have like skiing is everything to me, and I want to do that for me. I don't want to like get annoyed skiing for someone else or looking after someone else. When I'm in my happy place, I want to be in my happy place looking after me, right?
Yeah, no, totally. It's I'm there's not that I'm like hating on it, it's just that I'm worried that I'd fallen out of love with it if it was more of my
Yeah.
job to actually be skiing.
So let's go to where, you boys are most passionate about, which is, shredding pow. And I guess you guys really over the last few years have carved a different path in Hokkaido where I'm not sure when either of you had last bought a season pass. I think, and when we're not giving away any secrets here, but you guys you guys go shred in areas where other people aren't going, so you can get fresh tracks. Am I right? And you really don't want to give a shit about lift lines or anything like that, and you're willing to put in the work to get it, right?
Said like I've only bought one season pass in 10 years, and it was the first year of COVID. Because we're like, oh, no one's here, we'll just shred the resort. And I think I used it like 10 days. I think we still ended up touring all season.
Most of the season.
Just the terrain in Hokkaido is endless. There's so much stuff here, and like people come to Hokkaido and think it's just Niseko or Yorozutsu, Ifurano, all great places, but there's just so volcanic. There's no area like this. It's just lots of little mountains poking up all over the island. It's crazy.
Yeah, and I guess, like there's always the conversation, especially from a guy like from Hakuba, where Hakuba's got that huge steep lift access, and then you've got so much epic side country. But Hokkaido has it as well. You just probably need to be a little bit more committed to get after it. And as I said, I think you guys embody that very well. I don't know anyone. And you guys have this little crew, Chris Smith's gone now, but you guys just work really hard to make sure.
Chris Smith, come
We
back.
love you, Chris. You guys work really hard to make sure that you're getting it pretty much every day you're skiing.
I think daily routine in Niseko winter is 4 a.m. Where did it snow? It's such little microclimates everywhere. So it could have been no
40
snow on
minutes,
this side of the mountain, but 60 centimeters on the other side of the mountain, or an hour down the road, there's like 2 foot or whatever. So it's like, when did it snow? 4 a.m. Okay, 5 a.m. cut walk. Meet at 5 a.m.
And
A ski tour for a few hours.
that is similar, I guess, in Hakuba, where you'd be sitting in the middle of the village and there's 5 cents on the ground and you don't think it's snowed, but over in Cortina it's caught 60. But generally in Niseko, there's 30 centimeters in the village and there's 90 centimeters on the top of the mountain. So
30
it's
centimeters in the village,
completely
200.
completely different. And you guys have gone deep, like exploring that. And I, as a mate, have always enjoyed watching and living vicariously through you boys as I've had children born and all the rest of it, that you're all getting after it. And yeah, you fucking love it. And I love it that you love it. So
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a choice. We choose to wake up in the morning when we choose to go to the mountains every day. And that's the life we want to live. So we've made it work.
Sassy, how the fuck do you do it? How the fuck do you do it? Like people, and I said this in a post, like people are like, Sassy's going to like drop dead. He works all night. He shreds and hikes every day. Like people literally think that you are the most hardcore powder demon that has ever lived, and people think that you're like going to just drop dead one day from going too hard. How the fuck do you do it?
No pain, no
Whiskey?
Whiskey.
just whiskey. Just fueled by whiskey all winter.
You don't know how you do it, do you? You just do it.
Alex is the opposite. He was telling me the other day, my summer bod. Alex in summer does the opposite of everyone else. He starts storing food in summer, and then in winter he burns it all off from the end of winter instead.
Yeah, mate, you are a special human, and I mean that in a very
I guess like
way.
to think about where it came from, right? Like it was like Beatson's Drive, Chris, Josh, like the passion was there, and we all, and that just led into like meeting a very awesome group of people that I now ride with every day. Like shout out to the Niseko Zen crew and like quite a few other people for Boot Solutions, Ruri. Like we got like a great group of humans up here that all love to do the
Jimmy
same.
Norris, he was
phone calls at 10 o'clock in the workshop. He waxes skis and the phone goes off, and it's like, okay, cool. It's 60 centimeters over near Rizitsu. Let's go ski it. Every day is like somewhere new, and you get to go somewhere that could have some sick pillows. It could have some really deep snow. Could just be like another fun day out in some clouds. Like you got to be ready for anything here. It's like FOMO though. If you miss a day, you just like, oh man, like could have it been awesome somewhere? Like should have I been out riding today? Snowmobile too. So I'm out ripping up on the snowmobile now. And that's pretty sick, to be honest. It's a new chapter in my life. Like Chris is snowboarding and Josh is snowboarding.
Yeah, I'm a snowboarder now, bro. I hung up the skis.
There's just like there's endless things to do as long as you choose to get up and go and do it at 4 or 5 a.m.
Fuck you, Josh, being so good at skiing.
Gotta
You
go to
can
work
just
after.
start snowboarding.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Prick.
It's the definition of work hard, play hard. When you come out, you're kind of coming in. We're pretty much starting to gear up for winter already. If I look around, we're sitting in one of our rhythm schools right now, Rhythm Summit. It's like we're starting to do the building and the refurbs and stuff for winter. Soon, in the next in a few weeks' time, we'll start welcoming like hundreds of staff here. It starts puking, and by the time you come to March, you're like, "What the hell is going on?" like it's like a weird daydream that happens.
Love you, boys.
After March.
So what's coming up? What's next? Are you boys just happy in your cycle? Is there
like there's the
something that you want to do next? Is there a mission on the horizon? Is there?
I mean,
where are you at?
Actually talking about doing a 30 peak season, like smashing 30 Hokkaido peaks in the season in terms of ski goals. Yeah, I don't know. Life's good. We talk about winter a lot here, but summer's so sick here now as well.
Yeah, and I guess you guys, like as I said, you guys are committed to year round, and obviously really enjoying summer. Like I guess a lot of people don't understand the climate's super warm and humid, and there's a lot to do, and it's just so.
I chose to stay in Niseko after my first winter. I stayed year round from the start. I was sold right off the start. This place is great. I mean, Hokkaido's such a beautiful, quiet. When you think about population in Japan, like, Hokkaido's pretty small. It reminds me a lot of like Canada and growing up in a small town. This
yeah.
place
What you went back for one
season in New Zealand,
Sassy, to be a fireman, correct?
Oh yeah. During COVID, we ran out of work our second summer here, so I went home and fought forest fires in BC. That was an experience. I wanted to do that when I was a kid, and
Like
saw an opportunity.
The firefighter. Yeah, he's actually on a calendar of like firefighter.
Definitely suits Sassy being a
Little with
firefighter.
jock straps and snacks. Sexy man Canada 2023.
Look, just for all the listeners, just so you guys know, both these boys are actually single now, and firefighters, sex machines, like everything, like like
This is the most eligible bachelor.
you're in, ladies. Like
Josh got a rooftop tent.
they are legends and lords and very sexy. So
Hey mate, you're not keep on looking yourself.
lads.
Waldo.
So boys, chilling, enjoying summer, looking forward to next winter. Much of the same, just living your best lives, really. Is there anything else on the horizon for either of you before we wrap up this yarn? And thank you for having a chat with me, you bloody legends. Any weird island shreds, like on the way to Russia that you
Back to Rishiri.
Yeah.
2 years ago.
Yeah, with Chris,
I was
right?
in the summer. I was in the summer this year. The year before this, there's a little island off the coast, the northwest coast of Hokkaido. It's just one big volcano island. It's called Rishiri, and we went there for 3 or 4 days.
4 days.
4 years ago.
Absolutely, man.
We didn't sleep for like
with
24
Chris,
hours.
right? Yeah, and Potsy.
The mountain, but we didn't get the good snow. So I think I'd like to go back to that place and get good snow. But it's like it's crazy. There's this whole volcano that just pops up out of the ocean. It's like 360 views. It's amazing.
Lads, I could sit here and drink whiskey and talk to you both all night, but we should probably turn off the camera and continue doing that. So thank you so much for jumping on to have a yarn. As I said, you lads really embody what only friends on a power day is trying to talk about. You're dedicated snow legends who have just done whatever it takes to live your best life. And that's why I'll always call you boys my close friends. And I look forward to our next shred, giggle, and whiskey together, which hopefully won't be too long away. So thank you so much for jumping on and have a chat. And you should both be very proud about everything you achieved not only in your individual careers, but as bloody good humans who are living their best lives. And yeah, if there was more humans like you in the world would be a much more fun place, and there'd be a lot less whiskey around. Love you, boys. Thanks for the chat, and take care.
Nobody knows them kill sound, a sound clash and dance all, and mash up stage shows. But some guys don't recognize and realize, so them have them own style. A long time them they are now, them not just come, and it's been a long while. Them want a piece of the pie, well if a doublet and tune up a buy. Food to feed them family, that's no lie. Any idiot little sound try to test them a go die. Them not give up, look how long them a wait. A full time now them get a slice of the cake. No sound fix because them bust through the gate. Through them play a good tune, and this a sound the people rate. Them we mash you up. All over the UK, America and JA, people want Kia Bamba in a dance. Them no